Hey guys, Infidel1258 here. Today I want to share with you two rank battles which feature Martyr and also specifically the archery only rule set. I'm finding that Dragon is one of the ways to play it. Also, it's so important to... Martyr is amazing when you can squeeze it in anywhere. And of course, there's certain noxious fumes rule sets or earthquake rule sets that you know that thing is going to die. Or maybe if it's archery only, you know, you can perhaps conclude that the first you're going to be hard up for a tank is one of the things, and so maybe a Martyr slips into the first as a destined to die tank that gives you that immediate buff. And one of the things that I'm using for one of the ways I'm using it, which will be featured in two battles I'm about to show you, is creating an evasive off tank with one of my archers in conjunction with the Martyr functionality. So let's watch this one here, and we've got one more queued up to watch as well. So I'm renting the Dragon Summoner with the +1 archery, and as you can see, it's archery only. My opponent's doing the same thing, and I don't know if you've seen it already as you look at the screen here, but the key feature with me being on the top is that, well, let's look at the rule set because there might be some specifics we need to see here. So opportunity only, or sorry, equal opportunity, and then archery only, which means that the monster on the table that has the fewest number of hit points is going to be the first target. Well, that's my fungus flinger with the 1 hit point, and it only has 1 hit point because of my swamp thing, or my opponent's swamp thing, but it was my weakest monster out there, period, right? Like, it was going to die first. And then what I've done here is I put the Fire Splitter in the first position because a couple things. One, a reasonable amount of hit points, right? 6 hit points to go, seven without that weaken. It's got the flight, it's got the dodge, it's got 3 speed, 4 without him nerfing me, and then I bring a blind also, and then I've got speed manipulation that I may be able to bring, and the Martyr is going to help me out too. So let's watch how this plays. So of course I'm not firing with my Fire Spitter, and that would be great if I could. It almost might be better if I had the Fern Heart, allowing this to tank to be an offensive tank, but I'm actually happy to have a defensive tank that is evasive. Part of why I win is because, you know, to be honest, I get a little lucky with this one. I think there's a key miss coming up. Yeah, right there. And I don't think we win this if he hits that shot. But the blind is part of why he missed, right? So that's why the blind is actually really key in this build. And then the blind in conjunction with flight, dodge, 5 speed is actually really evasive. So Barking Spider, Fire Spitter with the Martyr involved. And here we have a more recent one, and it's a slightly different build, and I'm trying to refine it. So let's see if we can, you know, if we've learned something, if we built on and learned from that first battle. As you can see, the rule sets are, again, archery only, this time Fog of War, which makes it more predictable where my opponent's shots are going to land. With the equal opportunity, it's a bit harder to calculate. Well, it's a bit more demanding to think through. But Fog of War, they're going to fire the first spot unless... Nope, I guess that's it. So then I feel like there's 2 strong summoners, maybe 3 strong summoners, obviously, in this context. You go the archery summoner I just used, you use the Quix Devious or Fernheart as a third. Of course, if you have this very rare summoner, that's great too, but he's super expensive and ultra rare. Fernheart is going to do great. Quix is going to do great. And as you can see, I'm going to let I'm using my Fire Caller as it's a tank, but it's going to, like, I don't care that it's not firing. It's here to die. And then when it dies, my Fire Spitter again is going from 4 speed to 5. Not to mention I can bring other speed manipulations. And it's going to be quite evasive. I don't have the same blind in this context, but let's watch it play out. And they're just gonna swing and miss, swing and miss, swing and miss. The only thing I could think to, I guess, build on this, I really like this Fire Splitter as this off-tank sort of solution in this context, in the archery only. But as an alternative, you could even slip, Naga Assassin in there. And what might work even better in that context, if that's what you're trying to do, would be if you have Brighten Bloom to add the flight to your Naga Assassin. And that's going to give you that 25% chance to dodge just by being a flyer. Or if you have Astral, whatever his name is from the Death Splinter, giving you the dodge built in, but the Naga has the dodge. So it's like trying to be creative. I hope the video is giving you ideas around those archery only rule sets, and hopefully trying to be creative to find those off tanks. If it's archery only, missing is a real possibility, unless the rule set specifically insists that every archery monster lands their shots, because that's one of the rule sets. But if that's out of the question, then evasiveness is huge, because archery does miss. And so, yeah, whether it's Naga Assassin or whether it's the Fire Spitter or some other really fast archery monster, I think using a Martyr in a selective location such as that, where you're going to allow that already fast archery monster to become even more of an off tank and even more evasive, that's going to be an interesting play, and it's one way I'm using Martyr. So thanks guys for your time and attention. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments below whether you have some sort of tweak for me to, I guess, even more improve what I'm trying to do here, because I'm still exploring Martyr myself. But other than that, have an amazing day. God bless.